This episode of Sword Art Online 2, episode 7. Last episode left me with a bad taste. In fact, it made me worried about what's going to happen in this episode. And that concern is still going on. In fact, for me, the most likable characters of this episode were the nurse and Sinon's best friend. Oh, that poor best friend. How I feel sorry for him. In fact, it's the same thing that's happening since last season. Last season, Sugu, she had a best friend and he was like one of the nicest guys. He was going through so much trouble to help her. And he still couldn't get in his feelings in because she was so busy focusing on Kirito. And this is the same thing happening now. Sinon has this great guy. He's nice. He's gentle. He's understanding. He's willing to sit there and listen to her problems. In fact, she even mentions he's the only one that truly understands her. But she can't stop thinking about Kirito. I mean, sure, it's to fight him, but we all know, underneath all that, I hate him, I hate him, I hate him, there's this little tinge of, oh my god, I love him. It is like the oldest cliche that I have ever seen. It's in everything, not just anime, TV shows, cartoons, soap operas. It's in that, and I know that's gonna come up. Eventually there'll be this reveal like, oh, maybe I actually do like him, but I can't be with him because he already has someone he likes. I really am worried about where this is going. And Kirito's whole traumatic thing, I understand. I looked it up, and yes, the second season is following the light novels much better than the first season. In fact, those scenes that they're introduced to us in the second season was actually supposed to be in the first season, but they didn't. But by adding them now, it just feels like they're trying to stay away from the first season. I'm thinking, you guys already fucked up the first season. You can't run away from that. It's too late. It's already on your permanent record. Just work off that and learn to improve off the first season. Don't try to add new scenes saying this was supposed to be in the first season, but we're introducing it now in the second season. It just feels rushed and just completely awkward and just dumb. It's a dumb move. And honestly, even if this was portrayed in the first season and then brought into the second season, I feel like I still can't sympathize with it because he's saying that he had a choice to neutralize them without killing them. While I'm sitting there watching this flashback, I'm looking at it and I'm like, how? Did you have like electric batons? Did you have stun guns? No, everyone except for you was out there like, swing your swords, defend yourselves, kill these bastards. And you're just in the back just screaming, oh no, oh no, I don't want to kill anyone. Ah, he's defending himself and then kills them. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe I killed someone. Even though everyone else is pretty much doing the same thing. They're killing the Laughing Coffin because these guys are murderers. They're psychotic murderers. They lost their right to be remembered as decent people the minute they decided to go out and kill innocent people. They're probably kids playing SAO at the time. Laughing Coffin might have just killed a bunch of innocent little kids. Why? Just for the fun of it. Why should these people be remembered at all or treated like human beings anymore? I'm sorry. I'm one of those people saying, hey, once you kill someone just for the fun of it, I can't even consider you a human being anymore. Really, I can't. So I shouldn't feel sorry for them or remember them at all. I don't know why Kirito's being so tortured by this. But that nurse, badass nurse, she doesn't fall into his little trap or he's a tortured soul, I love him. Like, she's like kind of a mother figure. And she's even saying, the fact that you can't forget them, you can't forget them because you wouldn't be suffering if you could. That means, they're still in your mind. But again, I don't see why. I mean, he doesn't seem to be forgetting them. He has nightmares of their faces. So he's clearly not forgetting them. But what really pissed me off in this episode was Asuna. Asuna. Oh my god. When I saw the scenes of them fighting this giant Komodo dragon kind of thing, I was like, oh, I don't know why this is necessary, but okay. They're still, they're out there fighting. And it's like, okay, they're out, they don't need Kirito to be badass. They're out there, swinging their swords. Sweet. But then Asuna, she's in the back And then when she's being called out, she heals them. Is that her new job now? Does she just sit there in the back waiting for someone to need her to heal them? Is she a healer now? What happened to the whole, I'm gonna swing my sword, I'm gonna jump into the fray and be badass? Like, no, now that she has Kirito to do that for her, she can just sit there in the back, look pretty, and heal people. It was just baffling. What happened to that Asuna we fell in love with in the first season, in the first half of the first season? She wasn't a damsel in distress. She didn't need saving. She didn't need Kirito, to stand in front of her and to protect her. No, she was the one who jumped in and just started slashing the enemies. She's the one who went in to kick ass. And now she's just in the back looking pretty and healing people? I honestly don't know what to say about that. Really. And it's one of the biggest problems of Sword Art Online. I'm not going to bring it up now. I'm going to bring it up in, at the end of the season when I look at the whole thing as just one big review, one big retrospective of the season. But for now, it's happening again. Sword Art Online is repeating a very major problem. That if it's true that the second season is following the light novel a lot better, then that means the light novel is the one with the problem as well. It's not just the anime fucking things up like they did in the first season. The light novel itself has a basic flaw. But I'm not going to bring that up now. This is going to take too long. But either way, this episode was... I would have actually hated it a lot more if it wasn't for the fact that I felt sorry for the best friend and was actually pretty impressed at the nurse. So the nurse and the best friend pretty much saved the episode for me because I kind of was behind those two more than I was Kirito or Sinon and their problems. But either way, decent episode, I guess, I don't know what to think of the next episode. It's going to focus more on Kirito and Shinon's thing again. It's probably going to be more the same. Kirito being badass, killing all of his opponents. Sinon killing all of her opponents. And then those two fighting again, probably. I don't know how it's going to end up. But hopefully it's better than the last two episodes. So until then, I'm Tony Dragon. Bye-bye.